Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We might very easily have a war in Kosovo. I think about 6 months earlier than my deadline. I said that in the Balkans there would be another war in a year and a half. I think I said this in about March or April last year. So I said in about 1 year, between 1 year, 1 year and a half, we're going to have that happening. Now, why do I say that? I'm not going to go into what's going on and what happened over there in Kosovo in the past 4 or 5 days. I'm going to just say that the Serbian population in Kosovo, got roughed up by the NATO peacekeeping forces over there because they were trying to prevent Pristina, the Albanians from Kosovo, to appoint some mayors in the northern Kosovo, which is dominant Serbian. And then they start fighting and they have a lot of injuries, not deaths yet. I'm suspecting that would be the trigger of the war when a Serbian will be killed, and I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm sorry, I think that's the direction all this is going to go because it's an escalation. Now, the Serbian army is at the border of Kosovo, and we have a statement coming from the Serbian military, which issues a warning. And guess what that warning is? If one Serbian or Serbians are displaced or killed, they're going to intervene militarily. Now, what do you think will happen next? The other guys that are ready, itchy fingers, they're gonna encounter or meet the Serbs somewhere in the middle. So let's read this article coming from Russia Today, and it's from today, the 31st of May, 2023. Serbian military issues warning over Kosovo violence. The defense minister has said that Serbs being killed or displaced, end quote, is a red line. Belgrade will not stand by if the ethnic Albanian authorities in Kosovo start killing or displacing Serbs in the breakaway region, Defense Minister Miloš Vučević has warned. The statement came amid heated protest by Serbs in Kosovo over mayor elections in several towns, which they have described as a travesty. Speaking to the public broadcaster Radio Television of Serbia on Wednesday, Vučević assessed the risk of a violent escalation in the north of Kosovo as, and I'm quoting, big, probably the biggest possible, end quote. Kosovo's Prime Minister Albin Kurti and his, and I'm quoting, unilateral, illegal, illegitimate decisions, end quote, are what led to the current tensions in the region, according to Vučević. He also accused Pristina of denying ethnic Serbs their basic human rights and freedoms. The minister pointed out that the Serbian military is, and I'm quoting, ready to carry out any task, end quote, adding that Belgrade has defined any infringement against its, and I'm quoting, vital national and state interests as a red line. And I'm quoting, we are talking about scenarios where, God forbid, someone kills Serbs, that physical liquidation begins of our people by the Kosovo police, the expulsion of Serbs, end quote, the Serbian official clarified. Vučević emphasized that any such actions, and I'm quoting, would really be not only a red alarm, but also the moment when Serbia can't just talk and sit idly by, end quote. Hundreds of Serbs protested outside a city council in the town of Zvečan again on Wednesday, the Serbian media has reported. The demonstrators reportedly unfurled a 250-meter-long Serbian flag in front of the building, which is guarded by NATO's KFOR forces and the Kosovo police. So this is supposedly the peacekeeping force. The ones that took Kosovo from them is the peace force and bombarded their facilities and civilian, roads and others. for 74 days. They are the peacekeeping forces. On Tuesday, the US-led military bloc announced plans to deploy 700 more troops to the region. This followed violent clashes between NATO forces and Serbian protesters in northern Kosovo on Monday, which left 25 KFOR personnel and around 50 demonstrators injured. I found like 40 peacekeeping forces troops injured, 20 of them being Hungarians, which is not good. Not good for anyone, but these guys in particular, because Hungary doesn't really want to be there. So the peacekeepers, why do I say that? For a certain kind of scenario with Ukraine, if you know what I mean, in Zakarpattia, and maybe with Transylvania and Romania. The peacekeepers attempted to break up a rally decrying the inauguration of an ethnic Albanian mayor in a Serb majority area. Local Serbs who have long sought autonomy in Kosovo had boycotted Pristina-backed elections in several municipalities. However, the Kosovo authorities declared the votes legitimate despite a turnout of less than 4%, with 4 ethnic Albanian mayors taking office as a result. Last month, Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić placed the country's military on high alert and deployed units to the administrative line dividing Serbia proper and the breakaway province of Kosovo. Now, backed by the US and several NATO countries, Kosovo unilaterally declared independence in 2008. However, Russia, China, and a number of other countries have refused to recognize the independence of what was historically a province of Serbia. So, let me give you a little bit of information. I think it used to be in Romanian electoral system. I don't know if it's still there or not. I think it was. Or maybe I read, I'm not sure. I think it was Romanian, where if the turnout, the vote for the elections turnout is less than, 20% or something like this, the elections are considered invalid. Because that maybe tells us that the system is illegitimate. If only 20% of the population shows up and supports the elections, more being, okay, let's vote, or the other ones who really want to do stuff, if you know what I mean, then they redo the elections. Obviously, they have to start to propagandize the population again and make them believe in a system. Because a lot of people say, well, why should I go and vote when I know it's already rigged? That was the case with many Romanians. I remember in the 1990s. Even though the participation was high, I know a lot of them who said, why, it's the big forces around. So here, the Serbs did not participate. 3.7%, I think it was the number of turnout at the elections. Obviously, if you don't show up, the other ones will show up. They won with 3%, 4%, and the guy says, well, that's good enough. We are going to legitimize that. Well, the question would be, all right, you legitimize that, but why were the, 96% did not show up? That means we got a big problem. Imagine in the United States of America, 96% of the electorate doesn't show up. What would that tell you? There's a big problem. Something is gonna here. Why? That means those guys are dissatisfied with the system, with the whole thing. So they don't want to be with you. And what do? You even push more wood on the fire? What do you think would happen? But I think that that's my assessment, that this has to be, not has to. There are some forces who want once and for all solve the issue right now in Serbia and have Kosovo clearly there, and take care of Serbia as well, which is take care of it a little bit, and we put our people in there, and they will be like, Romania, Bulgaria, yes sir countries. That's what they're gonna go at it. They're gonna be Kosovo, and there will be no more opposition from the Serbs, because they're gonna take care of the Serbs, and then the Serbs will recognize Kosovo, and once they recognize Kosovo, then Kosovo will become a UN member, UN something like this, European, and all that. That's the That's the end game right here. It's not Kosovo, Kurti, Pupulu, Kurku. No. It is this. These guys have to, Vucic and Vucevic and Palanovic and Kologovic must go, and the new people that we're going to take care to put over there, they would vote and they will open all the doors for independent, free, democratic, fantastic Kosovo. All right? And if you keep misbehaving, the Serbs, Kosovo might take care over you over Serbia. And it would be big Kosovo with Kurti prime minister. I'm just kidding. But not really. It happened in some countries when we had a minority that actually was leading the majority. And anyway, I'm not going to go into giving you examples. I can give you one just like this. Actually, two of them. All right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth and be just. War is coming. I'm 99% certain. Unfortunately, Serbs will be by a crazy, or by some people who want to push further for the reasons I already mentioned that I think are valid. See you later. Crocodile.